Okay, so after Fury's, KO and uppercut, just for a bit of context if you didn't watch the fight, Fury won by KO or TKO, technical knockout, and he uppercutted Whyte and then pushed him, which he fell on the ground, and then the ref had to declare the fight because he looked dazed, like he looked like he couldn't carry on. And then now Whyte's saying that I should have had time to recover after illegal Tyson Fury push at Wembley. So in the article, he was saying that basically that he was a bit like concussed. He wasn't in the right space. He just needed some time to regather his mental state, and the ref shouldn't have called it then. But yeah, it got called a KO, and he's basically calling the push illegal after the uppercut, which probably KO'd him. So I just wanted to see what your guys' views are, if you have any other views about the fight.
Yeah, I think Tyson was dominating the fight from the start, and
Yeah,
I don't like that Dillian Whyte's coming out and saying that it was a push. That he got uppercut. He got uppercutted straight to the jaw. That's what knocked him out, not the push. The push just helped him on his way.
Yeah.
That's what I think personally. I think if the fight continued, Dillian Whyte would have gone down either way. Fury perhaps shouldn't have pushed him. Maybe he should have just punched him, and that would have sent him down. He probably knocked him clean out.
yeah,
But yeah, I don't like it. Like it reminds me of Deontay Wilder coming out and saying that he lost because Tyson was cheating, putting stuff in his gloves. It just leaves a bit of a sour taste in my mouth about the fight because Fury was the dominant fighter throughout the whole fight, and if Dillian can't take the loss, then I feel like he shouldn't just come out and say stuff that makes no sense.
Yeah, I agree. It did look like that uppercut was the one that took him out. I do kind of get what he's saying, that he shouldn't have been pushed. He might have been able to recover, like he was saying. And then who knows? We obviously can say, like, quite easily from watching the fight that Tyson would have won it, but he's got ifs and buts that if he did manage to keep that up, anything could have happened. But I get what he's saying, but boxing's becoming a bit of a soft sport for things like that. And I think there was another one where Wilder, before the glove incident, where he blamed his suit that he wore because he wore like a super heavy suit for his walking. It might have been the same fight actually.
Yeah, I think it was.
I think
When did he wear that stupid suit? Yeah, I think it was the same fight.
Fury came out as a Roman.
Yeah.
I think I remember that. But even Fury's walk-in this time, it was so good with all the fireworks in Wembley and everything because it's his last fight. But let's be real, like
They do that all the time now for like the big fights, fireworks. AJ always has fireworks at his fights.
gosh, AJ Usyk, that's a different story.
But what did you think of the fight?
I thought it was really good. The first few rounds I think they were quite tight, but Fury was actually getting pushed against the rope, so Whyte actually had the center of the ring, it was very good to see in the early rounds. But then Fury, as he is, he's always like mentally studying his opponent, trying to bait him and stuff, and then he just there's that one round that happens, and then he just switches, and then he had complete control of the center from like round 4 or 5 on.
I think even when Dillian had controlled the center of the ring, Fury was still in control of the fight from the outside.
Yeah.
His
Like,
mental state's just so strong. So even if he's like down at a disadvantage, he still always knows how to bring it back. Bit like Mayweather vibes.
mm,
And then with that fight as well, the reach, the height advantage, everything, it just looked like it was all in Tyson's favour anyway, Fury's favour.
personally, I can't see anyone beating Fury. I think Usyk's too small. He's coming up from cruiserweight to heavyweight. He beat Joshua, fair enough. He outboxed him. But to go against Fury, who's like a mammoth, I just can't see him beating Fury. And Joshua, don't know, on his day, he could land a punch, but Fury's been hit with the heaviest hitter in boxing, Deontay Wilder, and got back up.
I think Joshua's secretly happy that Fury's retired now.
Yeah, but it feels unfinished. I don't.
Yeah.
He needs to. I I feel like he needs to get all the belts and then
Mhm.
retire.
Yeah.
Feels like his story's unfinished.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the thing is with Usyk and AJ, like obviously AJ was a favorite, but then Usyk just came out and who did you guys think was going to win that fight?
You would expect Joshua to win it
Yeah,
because he's the heavyweight. Usyk's a cruiserweight, and then
He's the underdog now.
he came up into the heavyweight
yeah.
just to
Then the
fight
underdog.
Joshua, and then he took his belts off him. Well, yeah. So you'd expect AJ to win that fight, but Usyk just came and outboxed him, and most people know that AJ isn't the best boxer, like technically, but he was trying to box Usyk, and not. What I've noticed with AJ is he tries to. Everyone says he can't box, so he tries to prove that he can box, and it doesn't go in his favor. So what you should do is go back to how he used to be, where he was just brutal and go for them heavy hits, which is what he's good at.
Yeah, exactly.
Focus on that. But I feel like Usyk was outboxing him, and then he was trying to outbox Usyk, and then Usyk just obviously won the fight because he's got more technical ability than Joshua.
Yeah, so I just wanted to provide a bit of context for the push, just in case people didn't watch the fight and wanted to know what the hell we're talking about the push. So
one-punch power just finished it.
wait for a replay.
100th of a second to my avowal.
So yeah, like
From the word eraser, right there,
the no
there
step.
on the
Yeah,
pipe.
just look
As
it
you
up.
see Dillian Whyte moving in, trying to get the inside. Short.
Then the push happened.
Right uppercut. Right on the
Another
chin.
replay.
And timber.
They put a good angle. Yeah,
This is a
no, not this one.
viper strike, right uppercut. It is so fast.
Something went flying off. Did you see that too? Don't know if it was like.
So fast.
oh.
It's an instant
Look at
knockout.
straight after that uppercut.
Look at that right uppercut. From a
When he slowed it down, straight after that uppercut, he looked like he was going down anyway.
That's what I think. And then
What I think was going to happen was Whyte was going to, after he got hit with the uppercut, he was going to lean on Fury
yeah,
to try and get his. But then I think it's common in boxing, if someone's going to come and lean on you, you're allowed to push him off a little bit. So I'm guessing Fury just thought instinctively, push him, and then he just fell because he was dazed anyway.
Yeah, stunned out from that.
So if he had full consciousness at the time and Fury pushed him, he wouldn't have dropped like that. He would have just stepped back a bit, or he probably would have carried on going forward, maybe.
yeah, and then
He's a big
another
guy,
thing.
and Fury's push didn't look like he put all his strength into it. It's just like a little tap off.
Little nudge, yeah.
But
Yeah, I saw some comments on Reddit, and they were saying about how Whyte was. So he knows the rules and he tries to bend it as much as he can. And earlier on, when they were clinching, I don't know if it was Whyte that had butted Fury, but they had a little bit of a moment where Fury was getting mad at the ref, mad at Whyte. I don't actually know what happened, but earlier on, that might be a reason why he actually pushed him there.
Back of the head.
Something like that, trying to be
and
cheeky.
they clashed heads as well, didn't they? But then Whyte got cut on his eye from that clash of heads.
Oh,
That was
it?
Whyte's fault. That clash of heads happened.
Oh, right.
Karma.
Literally.
Yeah, it was a good fight. I do like a big boxing fight.
Yeah, I mean Fury's the total build, isn't he? He's got the reach, he's got the skinny legs for movement, and then he's just got like a big bit of fat in the middle. He's like he's got a very weird body, but it makes him the greatest of all time, I guess.
A very unique body type, yeah.
Yes, very unorthodox.